dangerous. Get dangerous. Shameless. Chasing. Shameless. Get dangerous. Shameless. Shameless. Shameless.
Hey, good morning, good morning. Let's get this rolling. How you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Let's get rolling. Okay. So a couple quick things we want to be fully aware of here is first and foremost the kind of environment that we're going to be stepping into here as of pre-market. 9 a.m. negative gamma, expected move 1.48%. One thing we need to know is that we've already reached a 1.5% move here on the Nasdaq. So we have already reached and exceeded the expected move of the session. Doesn't mean we can't go beyond it. We are a negative gamma, so we can typically see that price will, in most cases, actually trade beyond the expected move. So very important. Also, let's take a look at our IV. We could see it's pretty high for 0 DTE, so we're expecting some pretty nice moves here today. Obviously, we can see there are some great moves already happening from the overnight session. So let's take a look now at the overall chart just to get a quick idea of what we need to be prepared for. So right now we've already kind of surpassed here at 926 would be our expected move to the downside. So our range for the session was actually from here to here. We're now kind of beyond that at the moment. We're approaching 28,750s. And so what I was kind of anticipating here throughout the week, let's pull up, actually we'll just keep that on. We kind of look back here. I know it's kind of crazy here with all these lines. But the reason why I have these lines is these are big news events that have happened. But I'm going to take them off for right now because obviously it's not as important for today. Cool, we got that. Okay, let's also take off the GEX levels for now while that loads. How's everyone doing here this morning? Let's give it a second here. Let's give it a second there. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Appreciate it. Just waiting for this volume profile thing to calculate here. It takes a little bit on my hourly chart since I have quite a few days loaded. Okay, there we go. So let's just take a look at the simple structure of what's happened, right? So in fact, we're going to zoom out to a 4 hour. Let me just take this one off for right now so we don't have any issues there. Go to a 4 hour chart. And then actually what we need to do, make it just, in fact, we don't even have to do all that. Let me just pull this up because it's all right here, guys. It's all right here. So let's go straight into the price action map. So this is this is what we were watching here from last night. This is actually for today's outlook. So I highly recommend for the members every night, usually by like midnight or so, you'll see, or maybe even earlier than that, the daily outlook, which will include market focus, our gamma map, our auction map, everything that we're looking at. So if we look at the story of what happened over the last 2 days, right? So Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday we had this push up into this prior structural low at 300s. Price then rejected the level, and so that was the first rejection. And yesterday they came in, so at 10 o'clock we had this rotation back up, ended up creating a lower high rejection again off 305. This could have, this could have broken out, and then we would have had this continuation higher, but instead we ended up rejecting off 305, also noting last week's value area low. So we were unable to accept back inside, we reject, and then we have a nice little rotation here. So you can see we get this nice swing high, very clean, and then we get a nice move here into the close. Now, yesterday was not the best price action. It was low quality price action for most of the session. It was very compressed. And then in Globex, we opened up, and initially we had a drive higher. So if you were looking at the Globex session, it was a pretty nice move up. As you can see, we had opened up. Price ended up reaching for this high, took out the high of our 2 p.m. candle, ended up closing back underneath. Okay, so kind of a failure situation there. But then the key thing is we end up closing back under an important level here, which is 190s or 200s. And then that next candle, you can just see it's just been puking ever since, right? Well, this is actually, this would have been like 10 o'clock or something like that. 10 o'clock candle, we see it beginning to puke, and it started just nonstop selling off. So that's kind of what we were watching. And the objective for the session, or going into today's session, was going to be yesterday's low, which we've already traded past that. That level was at 28,951. So we're now at 700. So the next area that we're going to focus on is the Wednesday low of day, which I think we just tagged that as well, right? We just tagged that as well. So these levels are already taken out, but the main thing we want to pay attention to is going to be the weekly open print. So let's go to the weekly chart. And then for that, let's just take this stuff off here because it will get crazy on a weekly chart. So let's pull up the weekly chart. So this weekly candle currently, we can see what it did, right? So let's look at the last couple of weeks. So basically we have been consolidating sideways here, okay? We've been kind of like holding this little low here. That price is 505s. And so right now, the thing that we want to pay attention to is that weekly open print, the weekly open for this week, which is at 747.75. So 28,747.75. Why is that important? Because this is the first time on the weekly that we are actually getting bearish. We're trading below it. So since we opened up on Sunday, we traded slightly through it, like just a little bit. So the current low of the week is like right here, which that price would be 702s. The open of the week, 747.75. Let's adjust that. 47.75. Okay, there we are. So now the weekly candle is now challenging its open. We're now beginning to get that transition from bullish to bearish, which means it's Thursday, it's end of the week, it's negative gamma. We have IV's pretty high, so that means that we're expecting, potentially some bigger moves today. Yesterday was a low quality day. There's really been no catalyst. We had Google's and after hours earnings last night, which ended up, I guess it was good, but I think for Google in the end, it ended up bringing the stock down. So there's going to be some obvious pressure. We can see that actually happening here overnight. So the main thing I'm watching right now is how do we deal with the weekly open? How do we deal with 747? See, initially I was wondering if we were going to stay heavy under the prior day low, which was like at 950, 29,000s, we'll just call it. Then at that point, that gives us the ability to just continue to sell off aggressively. And where's our likely target? Well, it would be this low right here. So maybe by Friday, we get down to 410s. Maybe by Friday, we get down to 410. So it's going to be all about what happens here today at this weekly level. Now, the only concern I have is we've sold off so much. We're already down 1.5%. The expected move is 1.4%. So we've already exceeded that. So I'm a little cautious here to try to be, aggressively pounding it and just immediately jump in, just be all in, just shorting. I've already made money overnight. We were shorting this thing all night. So you can basically see that we're going to end up taking out And I'll show you, so at this point, I'm just kind of concerned. Are we going to see some type of bounce, some type of reaction? But here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to be trying to predict that and try to buy that, anticipating that, oh, we're going to get a major bounce in reverse, because that's like the last thing I want to do in this market, in negative gamma. I want to be able to trade what the market's giving me, right? So you can obviously see here, this is our current Renko chart, 9 o'clock hour. We are bearish, obviously. 8:30, we're bearish, obviously. 8 a.m., just nonstop. So we'll see. We've already exceeded the expected move for the session. And we're just going to watch. We're going to see what happens, right? So at this point, it's very difficult for me to just like get short because we've already moved down so much. So just kind of letting you guys know that, I know that I want to be able to get my 100 points today. I've already got more than my 100 points from overnight session, as you can see here. We're trading some funded accounts here, sitting on $1,600 profit. And we'll see. We can probably push this up to like $2 grand or something like that. But the main thing right now for me is let's just be smart. We understand the market's already down. Look at that, 1.6%. I think we're going to see this thing continue to puke out. But at the same time, we got to give the opportunity. We just got to kind of give price, or give the market, when it opens up, a chance to kind of like find its bearings here. I definitely want to see buyers try to get in. I definitely want to see some type of rotation before I jump right in. And part of the reason for that is because with our method and what we do with the framework, our entry triggers, our execution layer, right, has technically, it's the last thing we look at. So we understand the environment that we're in. We're expecting volatility today. We're expecting big moves today. We're expecting, somewhat where if price breaks out, we should see meaningful extensions, right? Not like yesterday, where price every single break would just like retrace almost 80% or barely even move, right? So we can already see these extensions here, like right here, boom, that's already like a 450 tick move. This extension right here, 875 tick move. So that's what we want to see. But part of the process is, and here's the issue, right? We've already, if you look at the structure here, right, just a very simple, basic 101 market structure. What happened, right? So let's just go here. So at 6 a.m., before 6 a.m., we were bullish. So 10 a.m. to the end of the close, we were bullish, right? So you can see the market structure here on the left. These vertical lines just represent the starting point of the 4-hour candle, right? So boom, higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, we get our dot. That's the break. Doesn't mean you take the trade, okay? It doesn't mean you take the trade, but that's just showing us where the moment that things began to turn. But the confirmation occurred here. When we actually break the structure here, we get the pullback, and then we get the re-entry, and then we get the move. But price ended up reclaiming this. This is actually, what was this? Oh, this is yesterday's action. So this is yesterday, 10 o'clock, we get the breakout, and this is where we were bullish pretty much all morning. And then we finally kind of like sold off here at 2 p.m. And then we had Globex open. So this is where it all happened. This is like our little favorite pattern here, our little Johnny Cage, right? We get the low, the lower high, we get a lower low. Technically bearish. Technically, oh yeah, we have a breakdown here, but then we get a higher high, right? So this is a Johnny Cage here, because now what they're doing is they're trapping both sides. So when they do this, then all we wait for is the actual real side to just give up. And where's the real side that gives up? It's right here, right? So at 2 a.m. is where the real move occurs, and we can see now this structure was protected. That high 200s, right? That high was protected, came right back in. We rejected off of yesterday's New York open. We also have our VT threshold here. So 29,175. So we have a lot of confluence here in this area. And then once we got this pullback, all you got to do is just wait. Boom. You don't need to predict when to enter. The system will tell you when to enter. There's the dot. Combine that with getting under the open print of the 4-hour. So we open above the 4-hour open. We get back below the 4-hour open. We get the break of structure. That's our new indicator, Boss Acceptance Engine, which is actually in the dashboard. And then from there, just puke, just straight puke. So what this is telling me is this extension's already 1,700 ticks. What are the chances of this moving another 500 ticks or another 1,000 ticks, right? There's been no move like that, right? Let's pull back over here. It's 1,500 ticks. That was yesterday's New York session, the entire move of New York, right? The entire move of New York, what happened the whole session yesterday is pretty much what happened from 6 o'clock a.m. till now. So what are the chances that we're going to see more of this, right? I'm sure we're going to see more down, but before we see more down, I do need to see price pull back just a bit so we can actually create some opportunities here. Because right now, if I short this thing, then what I'm really betting on is that price is going to go straight to Gex 10, which, you know what? It's possible. We've seen that happen many times. but I've also seen it 10 times more where you try to get in short and it's boom, just kind of like rips your face off, right? So this is where I think Fibonacci folks have it right, where they're like, yeah, let's just wait for a pullback to like the 50% or whatever it is. You know, I don't know if we're going to be able to get that much of a pullback, but we shall see. But yeah, that's kind of my mindset right now. We're waiting for the pullback. I don't know if we're going to get it, but that's why last night the opportunity was present. I mean, when the opportunities are present in the overnight session, guys, I don't know if you've been watching or you watched price at night. I try, you know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Let me not lie. I always watch price. I'm always watching price, even though my wife does not like that. But hey, you know, it's my business. It's what I do every single day, right? So when the market is giving opportunities, I mean, it can give it to you at 9:30 a.m. It can give it to you at 2 p.m. It can give it to you at 5 a.m. When the market's giving the opportunities, hey, guess what? You need to be there to take it. You need to be there to take it. Like yesterday, for me, during the session, I hit my max loss, which is basically 50 points for the session. The day before that, we hit our max. We hit our target, 100 points for the session. But last night, pulled up, I was like, bro, this is more than obvious what's happening. I just couldn't do it. So I just boom, 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 boom. All right, so that's it. And now the main question right now is, again, how are we going to handle this open print from the weekly? We're already below it. Can we stay heavy under the weekly open? And if so, that's 747.75 level. And by the way, the weekly expected move, we have a lot of room to the downside. Let me see what that weekly expected move is. Let's pull that up real quick. Market's about to open. We'll just actually look at the weekly move in a minute. Let's just take a look here, how things unfold here during the session. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Appreciate it. Let's get this day going here. Let's get this day going here, gang. So 28,600s would be the next GEX level, GEX 10. We're right now at GEX 9 at 700s. I don't know if you guys can see the negative GEX building here right now. So obviously they are selling into this move. So this could just be that simple, just short the thing and just let it go. But I'm waiting. I kind of have my game plan here. There's the VWAP. They're going to pull back to the VWAP. Let's see if they're actually going to be able to retest this VWAP here. There's a test of the VWAP. Can these boys actually get a pullback here? Someone's trying to buy a pullback, not I. I am not buying a pullback in this market, gang. I am not trying to buy a pullback in this market. I have learned my lesson. Let it pull back. You know, sometimes sometimes what happens, at least to me, back this is kind of a bad habit I had built. It's like, oh, I know we're gonna pull back. We have to pull back. I'm gonna get in on that pullback and scalp it. Next thing you know, I'm like stuck. I'm like, oh, bruh, no fun. The market doesn't pull back when I think it's gonna pull back. You know, and then when I finally start start trading with the trend, then it pulls back, and I'm like, what the heck? Goodness, this market, you know, we don't want to create a negative relationship with the market, saying the market doesn't like me, because this is the thing that makes us money every day, or at least, you know, you try to make money every single day. So we need to change that relationship dynamic, right? Saying the market doesn't like me, oh, the market loves me. The market is my best friend. I am one with the market. I am one with the market, gang. That is the mindset that I'm gonna engrave in my mind. Wow. Liquidity market. So average liquidity right now on Bookmap is 96 contracts. The average aggregate of change. So they're playing with some size here today, fellas. There's the pullback, by the way, guys. This is why we don't short moves that have already exceeded the expected range for the session here. You know, we got this new tool at the top called the info bar that shows you lag, rate of change, daily levels. We're actually building in our GEX data as well. We got a lot of cool stuff that we're doing. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I can't even sleep because it's like just too exciting things that we're building here. All right, look, they're trying to reclaim the 9:30 opening print. Where's my 4-hour open? Where's that 4-hour open? 29,054s. They're trying to reclaim. They're trying to reclaim here, guys. Let's see. I think they're going to fail here. What do you think? Let's see. They're pulling back to the VWAP. Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? Let's watch the book map, how they play with the level there. 725s. 725s. Do we take the first break back under? So one of our favorite trades, if you're just following us here for the first time, is basically what we call the reclaim. It's a reclaim. It's a break above a level, get everybody fired up, thinking we're going to the moon, and then just kidding, right? So they just did one of the reclaims here under the 930 open. So let's see if it holds up and they pop that high. We do got some sellers that are trying. You can see we got our little volume bubble here. Good morning, good morning. Let's make some moolah. Let's make some money today. Let's see what we got here. Keep your eye on the 15-minute candle, the 15-minute chart. We're approaching our lug levels here at 772. We've got some important areas here. So, you know, I will probably wait for price to maybe get to 800s. Let's see, maybe get 6. Yeah, it looks good. I don't know. The main thing I'm going to wait for is rotation here. Let me get this blue line off my chart. I don't need to know. It's the 930 opening print. It's good when you're trying to back test stuff, but let's just get that off real quick. There we go. All the tools, guys, have been updated inside the dashboard. So if you're having any import issues, problem solved. So auto trader in there. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Let it load. Auto traders in there. Liquidity ladder back on track. We got that handled, guys. We just built out and released big trades indicator, which is sick. It does an entire mathematical reconstruction of the tape and this and that and cool stuff. So pretty epic stuff. That's good for our strategy because, again, we always want to wait for those reclaims. So let the sellers push hard, get trapped, boom, get long. Let the buyers push hard, get trapped, boom, get short. All right, that's all we do. Look at this 15-minute now approaching 800s. We're beginning to recover just a cinch. We're back inside the expected move, which was 1.4%. So we're now at 1.36%. Let's see if these boys are going to be able to like give us an extension here. Maybe get back even up to these guys here around 900s. Let's see what happens. We're getting rotation here. Look at it. So for the folks who are new here, look at the fract. We call this a fractal. Well, I don't call it a fractal. That's what it is. It's called a swing high fractal, right? And it's very simple when you look at a higher time frame, so you don't get confused of like what's going on and where's the next rotation. Swing high, swing low, swing high, right? Swing lows. No swing highs. We have no swing high since up here, so that's dangerous. That is a dangerous situation, guys. There's no swing high until 29,123s. Oof, that is a very dangerous situation. I just noticed that. So that means there's a possibility that this thing will do one of two things. It's either going to end up coming in, creating a lower swing high, and they'll probably mess around then for a bit and then go down. Or these guys could be like super funny and think it's like April Fools, getting everyone short, and then they take it all the way back up to take out this swing high here at 29,124s. That would be really rude, right? But it would also make sense because up at 29,350s, there's a lot of unfinished business that's up here, in my opinion. So I think that, you know, I wouldn't put it past these folks, but just kind of looking at this extension here, it was a little too clean. Plus we have this huge opening gap, right? So if we think about, look, let's just put on our TH hours. Let's do that really quick. You got to be aware of these things, man. If you're going to be a professional, you got to be aware of these things. Can't come to the market just looking at a moving average and think you're going to make money. You can't do that, right? If it was that easy, oh, bro, jeez. If it was that easy. Hold on, let this thing load here real quick. Look at that recovery so far. So we're up 100, was it 29,000, 28,000? Oh, we're up 100 points now from the session. So look, guys, look. Look at the gap. Big opening gap here. Big opening gap. Yeah. So actually the meaningful swing is going to be up at 262s. I'm not saying that's where they're going to go, but let's just be aware of it. Like what just happened? Here's the narrative, right? So here's what happened. So we had this gap open from the 21st. It was unfilled until when? Right now. So they just now filled that opening gap. And I wonder if that's all they want to do. Because sometimes that's what they'll do. They'll do like a crazy extension like this just to close the gap. And the next thing you know, it just goes back on its happy merry way. So considering that this market, you know, is doing what it's doing, I wouldn't put it past these guys. But the buyers are getting aggressive here above 800. So a failure above 800 would warrant me a short, guys. A quick scalp short back under 800s if we can get there. Let's see. I'm going to try a quick scalp short here. We'll see if we can do a little something here, a little bit of business here. Small size. Let's see if we can just get the little pop here. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. They could still pull it because it's still technically pretty strong, but we're back under 800s. Look at those buyers who got trapped there. Those buyers got trapped there. Let's see if we can break through this breakout level here, 74. Stop's already a break even in case they want to break back up. So risk free already. Didn't take that profit, but that's okay. Tagged out, break even on that for right now. Let's see if they reclaim again. And it was just a quick scalp. The truth of the matter was there was no structural break there. So the trend is still up. The trend is still up. But I was basing it on all this cluster volume here of buyers. You can't see that. Let me show you. There's a lot of buying that had just come in. They had filled all these contracts here. So they're trying again here at the 800 level. Looks like we're getting another rejection. Let's see. This is where you watch the book map, but buyers are still present here. They're still trying to press here. What time is it? We got 1 minute left for the 5-minute candle. Okay. We would want to wait for structure to confirm because this trend is pretty aggressive here on this move up. Let's take a look here at the GEX too. They're building some positive GEX. So flows are technically positive at the moment. And we have to understand that when the flows are positive, that means that there's more call volume coming in. And as a result, that's probably why we're seeing this type of move happen here, right? So, hey, I think it was a really good idea to put on the RTH chart to try to understand exactly what's going on here. And I think the most important part is the fact that all we did was just close that gap from the 21st. All right, so they're trying to break out. Buyers are here. Look at them here buying here at the high. We got an offer, 135 contracts. Let's see if these guys get back under 800 again. And if they do, you got this structure right here that these guys become vulnerable in. So we'd be looking for, if it, I mean, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but they could technically like that, right? So that's kind of what, it could happen. All right, so it's 9:40. We got this 5-minute candle still pushing. We're pushing towards GEX 8. GEX 8, we have a large offer here at 850s. That's the liquidity ladder indicator there, just plotting the book. We got some selling now beginning to step in. Let's see. Got some negative gamma levels right now that we're kind of testing at the moment. Cool, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Okay, let's watch here. These guys are going to try to clap through the 25 level here. The 25 level. Let's take a look here. These guys here, flows are positive. On the QQQs, let's take a look at the three major indexes here. Let's take a look at what's going on. Share this chart with y'all. So everybody's sitting in negative territory right now, right? Everybody's sitting in negative territory right now. We got the POC down below on SPX, so 7430s. Now, if we do see price pull back to this, it could literally just slip right through. So these are accelerators. So if we see price get through these levels, it's game over, right? So so negative gamma above. This is for the QQQs, which is basically what we're watching for the NQ. Our POCs up above. So we may see price pull to this level, and if it does pull this level, it can amplify and then continue higher. And that kind of lines up with the whole thing of the gap close, and then there's no structural swing on the 15-minute up till about 29,262s. Interesting. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm not a predictor. I'm not going to sit there and try to forecast an entire session. I'm just looking for 100 points. You know, I'm just looking to trade 100 points here today. I just want to get my piece of the pie. But as price is unfolding and doing what it's doing, I want to ask myself why. Why is this happening? Why is it happening? One thing I will tell you, it's not happening because of a moving average. It's not happening because of a fair value gap. It's not happening because of that. You know, it has nothing to do with that, right? Those are byproducts behind the real reason why things move in this market. Look at these buyers buying these highs. These guys are freaking stepping up, man. So they've recovered. We're up from RTH. We were down 1.6%, and now we're back to 1%. So big recovery there, a 0.5% recovery on the NQ. This is what we wanted. So now if we go back to the big Renko chart, well, guess what? This gives me a 0.5% room if I did get short where I could make money, right? So now we've created some distance between structure. If we're going to maintain structure, if we're going to maintain this lower low, lower high structure, cool. Maybe I get a lower low, a lower high, right? There's only two type of highs you're going to get. It's going to be either a lower high or a higher high. That's it. Simple, right? That's why I like this. Very binary. So we don't know how far exactly this leg is going to travel. We don't know if it's going to go all the way up here, all the way up here. We have no idea. But if we continue to maintain this market structure of a bearish trend, right, then that means we've got some distance from this wherever we turn. I don't know where, but wherever we turn, let's say we turn, we reach the breakout level here. They come back and mess around and whatever. We end up doing that. Actually, let me get rid of this real quick. It's a little busy for me. Let's just keep the single one on there. There we go. So we now have room of about 400 points, almost 400 points of opportunity. So that's good. I'm just trying to get 100 points. So I could literally, if this leg starts to transition, if we start to rotate back to the downside. So when this happens, look, I don't sit there and hold I don't hold the whole way. I could, but I don't. What I usually do is I'll take a little piece here, then price will pull back on the small time frame, wait for it to pull back, and then I get another piece there, let it pull back, and then get another piece there, and then maybe I have a runner, and then whoop, maybe, right? That's the idea. But now we've got enough distance. Now we have enough space to make this worthwhile for any opportunity to get short. Doesn't mean I'm shorting it right now, because it's more about timing than it is about your analysis of the market. Because how many times have you been right about direction but wrong about the trade? Right? You've been right about the direction but wrong about the trade. Look at this here. Let's see, these sellers are trying to press, got trapped and absorbed at the 850s. Let's see if these guys have enough juice to pump through the opening range high. I don't know. I'm kind of suspect that they're going to be able to. So I'm going to try that short there just for shits and giggles and see what happens. Just for shits and giggles, see what happens here. Come on, boys. Give me a little bit more. Don't reclaim 850s. Just trying to get my 25 points. We can do it with this ATR. There's 15 points. Should have took that profit. They're probably going to bounce here. We got an offer right there. Buyers are stepping back in. Should have took that 15 points. Oh, there's a seller. Hold on. Nope, they're still here. Watch that 850 level. This is where we can pay attention to Bookmap. Watch the level there. Don't get all scared of these moves, because price will chop around and it's going to be crazy. So you're going to see a lot of... But look at the rejection there on the Bookmap. There's our 15 points. I'm going to take my 15 points. I'm going to take my 15 points. So now I just need 85 more points to hit my goal for the day. And we are still technically in striking range of the opening range high. So let's see if they're going to do it. But they're rejecting that 850 level. 850. It's the first time, second time. Let's see if these boys are going to reject it again. Not ready yet. We're not ready yet, gang. It could buy it and drive into this high, but I'm not looking to do that here. Not looking to do that here. So quick little scalp play right there. Nothing fancy, just a little bit. 15 points. We saw the seller. We saw the aggression here. Look, aggression here outside our band. We call this the Enzo band. They band walk. Buyers are like trying to buy the high. You got big volume coming in. 50 executed contracts. Doom. All throughout. 50, 50, 50, 50. And then all of a sudden, boom, we come back to 850 level. So the key thing is, look at how we barely could stay above the 75 level. That's what we want to see. We get above the 75, back under 75. That's our auction map here. We plot quarter levels, we plot GEX levels, all that. And then we get the flip. There was no structural break here. That's why I didn't stay in the trade. And then we get big selling coming in. We see big clusters of 50s hitting. And then, of course, that's why I took the trade. We got the over-under. So I was looking at this is the over, this is the under. But now they can do the same thing here. They can literally take it back up. But look, they're having a hard time at that 50 level. Look at that book map. You can see the buyers are just trying and trying and trying. Someone's going to get liquidated. I wonder who. Look at the seller just right there. That's what you want to see when you expect a breakdown, right? You want to see the volume come in at these boss levels. This combination is so powerful, guys. So look at this combo. It's a 1-2 combo. The structure got broken first right here. That's the sign of weakness. These guys could have recovered and created a Johnny Cage right here, but they didn't do it. What's a Johnny Cage is when they trapped a low, meaning they break down, so buyers get trapped, and then they take out the high, right? So sellers get trapped. But they didn't do that here. We instead created a lower high. We start hovering under 850, key level. Then we start seeing the dot form, boom. Then we got big volume coming back in, back-to-back sell, boom, 57, 77, 63, 80, 855. What's more important than the volume is the location of the volume, because this was an important area here. This is where the buyers had their chance to defend themselves, and they couldn't do it. Everyone who's trying to buy the opening range breakout just got liquidated, right? Right there. Everyone was looking for a healthy pullback, and then, you know, so that's what it was. So that's why this is exactly the type of format that we're looking to be able to participate in. So again, then they started stacking the offer, and then just look at the reaction. That's exactly it. That is the trade, guys. Bingo. Did anyone get that? I caught my 15 points, but geez, look at that thing. Look at this thing now. Back to the low. Let's go. Now we got big Renko confirming. We got the dot right here. What would be very nice is it gave us a over under of 800s. We get a reclaim of 800s, 28,800. I would love that. That'd be awesome. Then we can participate on that as well. But we'll see. Looks like this thing is ready to potentially roll over. Someone's going to try to buy this pullback. I already know who's trying to buy this pullback. You got these guys who trade the IB, right, in opening range. So they're always looking at that midpoint. Before any level's broken, they're like, oh, pulling back to the mid. We expanded higher. Low got created first. High got created second. It's going to be X percentage chance that we're going to break the high. And they're probably right. But, you know, that's not really what I'm going to do. Let's see what happens here. These boys are going to try to hold 750s, but look at this price action right now. It's pretty violent. It's pretty violent. Pretty violent so far. What's our ATR? Is it climbing? It is climbing, guys. It is climbing. It is 123 ticks per minute right now, which is healthy. It's a healthy size ATR for us. I'm going to try another short here. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it. Can we get that red line here? If we get that red line, then we might get that target here. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, we're going to reclaim at 750s. Oh, okay. Tagged out on that one for right now. That's fine. Oh, what happened? Orders didn't close. Okay, we're good. Watching here. All right, one more time here. There's the dot. Let's see if we get the break. Boom, 25 points. Got our 25 points right there. Let's see if we get to that low day, huh? I'll trail tight though. I'm gonna trail tight. There's 33 points. We're testing our New York Open, so got to be careful here. Tagged out on that trail. No problemo. No problemo. So let's break that one down. Probably get continuation. Once we get under 918s, it's healthy. It's a healthy short now, right? Now we got the 30-minute candle in sync, right? So if you watch the video, higher time frame open in the dashboard, I break down exactly how we use this, why we use this. In fact, it's probably the most important layer when it comes to executing and timing a trade. Anyways, very simple breakdown here. We know the market just rolled over. Okay, cool. They did find some support at 750. Fine. Buyers did get a pullback. Okay. And so my entry technically was like right here initially on the breakback under of 75. I didn't get confirmation. I was hoping we would have got the confirmation. They pulled back one more time. I use tight stops. I don't use the big stops. And then the confirmation actually came on the red dot. If I would have waited for the confirmation on the red dot, I would have avoided a loss, right? And that's where the hotkeys come in play, because if all I had to do is just turn this on, I would have been safe. But, you know, whatever. I was a little eager beaver. And so we end up catching our little play there. Nothing special. So that's 2 trades now. I think that was that 62's about 20 points there. It looks like. Kind of bad at math. A little under 20 points. It looks like a little under 20 points because of the trail. I should have just took the full target or 20 at 25. That's fine. So we're now 35 points sitting. Can we get more? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Let's keep your eye on this structure right here because these boys are going to try to break it. They're going to try to break it. Flows are negative now, right? We can see the flows have turned negative. So let's see if these buyers are going to get squeezed again. Let's see. So look at the 5-minute chart. These boys are trying to get a bounce here off the 750 level. There's the break. Let's see if these guys can actually keep it going here. Can these boys keep it going here? There's buying and buying and buying. Let's see. There's a reclaim of 800. Can we get back under 800? Can we get back under 800 or are they going to hold 800s? Let's see if they're going to squeeze. Watching the book map here. Watch the book map. There's 800. They're testing. There's an offer right there for 100 contracts. Look at that offer right there. Oh, you guys can't see it. There's 100 contracts sitting right there. On the book map, you can see this right here, the 100. They're playing games here. So watch what they're going to do. Boom, they absorbed it. They absorbed it. They filled the offer. So now that's what we want. That's what we want. And then they re-offer again, 486 contracts. Look at this, guys. This is epic. This is actually order flow 101. You're seeing it actually happen here. 400 contracts just put there, and did they execute? They did execute the contracts. They executed those contracts. So they're filling the offer, and when they start taking out offers like that, just be careful. Just get out the way. And another 269 contracts right now offering, and they're taking it out. Whoa, whoa. Sellers are getting absorbed here, guys. Be careful. But you know what? That's a good sign because if we fail back under 800, homeboys are going to get trapped. And when they get trapped, it's a wrap. So watch that 800 level. Maybe we get back under 800s. We got 5 minutes left for this 30-minute candle. So guess what that means? We're probably going to wait for that 30-minute auction to close, reset, two-way auction a little bit, and then we can maybe jump back in. Let's see if these guys are going to fail here. We're right at that 800 level. Careful. There's a dot, but watch out. The buyers have still taken every offer out. Large offers. They've just been... But let's see if they're tired. They could be tired now. There's the exhaustion back to 800s. I'm back in again short. Back in again short now. Targeting this low. We'll see if we can get something here. Stops will be at break even fairly quickly if we reclaim 800s. There is 13 points, 20 points. Let's take that profit off for another 15 points there. This was basic order flow execution here. Could stay in the trade. This is probably going to go back to the low now, guys. Why? Because when we see those large offers getting absorbed, right? Meaning buyers are aggressively hitting the offer, taking out the ask, and then we are unable to sustain the move. That's a recipe for disaster for buyers. This thing is pretty much toast. Man, that was actually really good to see that real time. I mean, usually I'm watching this stuff, but to be able to see it right there in the moment, I think while we're recording this or shooting this, I think is really helpful for those folks who are trying to learn. I should make a note of that because I think, and we're recording it as well, so that's good. Sometimes it's on a chart that we're not even showing for whatever reason, just because it can't fit everything on the screen share here. What time this is? 9:55, 9:50 to 9:55. Order flow. That was pretty epic. Look at that dump going on right now. Boom! Crazy madness. And look at me walking away with my little scalp. I should have held it. That's fine. The truth of the matter is, if you're using the tools. If you actually use the tools, you're going to do better. You're going to do good because the trail is the next flip right here. You basically want to stay in this trade till you get the next rotation, right? So as long as we're not hitting that level here, this means we're in a bearish rotation. Bearish rotation means expansion in a singular direction. And if you look at the 5-minute candle right now, it looks like a big 5-minute red candle, right? It's a big red 5-minute candle. So let's watch what happens here because this is where we had some trap sellers. They did the same thing down here. You look at the book map, there was a big 800 cluster. I know you can't see it because my head's in the way. Here, let's cover my head real quick. There was 800 contracts right here, and they pulled it. And then over here too, they had like a large size and they pulled it 500 and they pulled it. So they're creating a vacuum for price. These guys actually don't want to get filled here. So whenever we see large orders for sale and then they get taken out, yes, it's aggressive buying, but what is it actually? It's actually a big seller who's trying to build a sell position. It's a passive seller who's just hanging out trying to get filled. And that large seller absorbed the buyers. So those buyers got stuffed. Boom, they're trying to buy 400 contracts, 100 contracts, 200 contracts. It's like, whoop, boom. Wild. We're back under the 9:30 open. We got 2 minutes left. Let this close, let this auction finish, and then we'll just wait for the next one. Doing pretty good so far today, guys. Doing pretty good so far. That puts us at, what's that? 50 points. Base hits. Why am I being cautious? Why am I not holding these trades? Well, I don't know, actually. I should be holding these trades. This is the market condition to hold your trades, to be honest. Look at each extension. What is each rotation giving us right now? Like this rotation up, 475 ticks. This rotation down, 445 ticks. I mean, geez, I could have at least held it for like, I don't know, 200 ticks. That's okay. I think because yesterday I took the 50-point loss on the live stream. I'm like, well, I'm gonna make at least 100 points today, or I'm gonna have a green day today on the stream. I know that's the wrong mindset. You should never be thinking that, and that's also why I kind of don't like streaming, because you go from actually focusing on trading to trade as a good trader to perform, to put on a show, right? And that's where you can actually get in trouble. Because if I wasn't streaming and I didn't have that mindset, oh, I don't want to have another red day on stream, then I probably would have been holding these trades, no problem, right? But because I'm like, well, I got to make back, you know, what I lost yesterday on stream, even though I'm green on the session. I mean, look, from overnight, we've already made our money, but whatever. At the end of the day, people are going to watch the live stream. They're going to be like, oh, he lost yesterday. He doesn't know how to trade. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. And I get it. There's a lot of crap on YouTube. There's a lot of junk on YouTube. I mean, oh my goodness. It's a double-edged sword, because there's some good stuff, but there's also a ton of terrible stuff. Like, and you know, people end up following people more so for the wrong reasons, right? I mean, they're good at editing videos. I mean, because of that, they look like credible experts. Really, they're just credible marketers. Let's see if these guys are gonna try to reclaim this. A 10 o'clock auction opened up, and look at where we're at with that open. We're at 707, immediately pushed up. Let's see if these guys are going to immediately take it back. Let's see if they're going to immediately take it back. Look at that dot. Look at the dot. Look at the dot. Look at the dot. Are they going to defend this? I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try. Let's try. I'll put stop above 750 here. Let's see. Watch the book map. Watch that 725 level here. They're not even tagging it yet. Waiting to see if we get a slam. Someone hit the bid. There's the bid. They're hitting the bid. Can we get through that 25 level? Are they going to absorb these sellers here? Let's go. There's my 20 points. Stop's already a break even. Let's see if we can get through 707s here. To be done with my target here. They're going to reclaim 25. Don't be rude, guys. Don't reclaim 25. There we go. Get under 707 so we can just call it a day. 707 is a 10 o'clock open. That's why they're defending it. Once that gets bearish, then the 10 o'clock candle gets bearish, and they just tagged out my trail. How rude. How rude. That's okay. So that break-even trade right there. I should have left my stop above 750, but I'm just leery about the 707 level. I know they're going to slam it. I already know they're going to probably do it, but I feel like they should take out this high one more time, to be honest. But anyways, anything can happen here. We got some people on our stream. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. My name's Max. Nice to meet you. If I don't know you, if you're your first time here, welcome. What you're seeing here on the charts, so you're not confused, is a combination of the tools we use, which is basically Renko Charts. And then we have a few tools like support resistance, auction map. We have gamma levels. We have big trades indicator, like right here. You see the big sellers coming in. We got the limit book, the order book. which you can see down here. We have a bid for 114 contracts. And we just use all these pieces to help us trade tight, so we can be smarter with our execution. And that's the number one focus. Is not just like how many trades can we take. It's not just about, oh, can I get long or get short. It's really about performance and consistency. We don't want to be those types of traders who are one-hit wonders, where you can have one good day and then like 100 terrible days. Can't make a living doing that. These boys are trying to they're going to break down here. Let's see. We cannot short this here, guys. This is not a good location for us. You got that 707 level, but I'm pretty sure they're going to displace through it. I mean, the way that this guy, look at these guys here. They just kind of like bounced once. Actually started here. Oh, higher high. Everyone's going to try to buy the higher high. I don't know if they're going to do the higher high here, but it looks like they're trying to exhaust these buyers so they can go. But we're not going to predict. We don't predict, man. Let's let the system tell us when the time is right. There's no prediction here. This is not prediction market. Predictions market. All right, let's see if it is actually, right? Isn't that technically what trading is? Predicting where price is going to go next. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. You haven't actually looked at that here. 1 minute is pretty sloppy at the moment, right? You can see them defending 700s. Our 10 o'clock open print held up. Very important indicator, guys. You know, if you're not using that, you got to make sure you put that on your chart. Super important. We're testing our lug level here. I'd like to see maybe a retest of the GEX 8. They haven't taken out opening range high or low, so we're kind of just playing in the middle right now. And that's why I'm a little hesitant to kind of like hold these trades for the bigger move until we get under the open print at 707. So as long as we continue to respect 707, then we have to expect that, hey, these guys are still present, the buyers are still defending. Not saying they can't get crushed right now, not saying they can't get stuffed right here. It looks like they're about to, but let's see. I need to see an extension higher. I need to see an extension higher. I don't want to be shorting this base right here, guys. Look, here's what you got to remember. Skinny legs, okay? Skinny leg. I learned that a long time ago from a guy named Chris Laurie. Skinny legs, right? Like this right here, skinny leg. Right now, there's no skinny leg. We are in a cage, right? They are building a base here. We don't want to take trades inside this. Let them get skinny, and then we can bust it through, right? The skinnier the leg, the more vulnerable it is. Let them try to extend. Let them extend. Like, see this little guy here, this wick? Let them get through that wick right here at 771. So someone got short trying to put their stop there. Let them extend. Let them extend. There it is. There it is. There it is. All right, where's my level? 800, right? I like the 800 level. So we just watch what happens when we get to 800. Let's see. There's a skinny leg. Are they going to keep giving us more? We're within the 5 minute candle, guys. So you got to understand, as long as the 5 minute candle is expanding, that means the 1 minute red candles are going to get absorbed. It's kind of simple, right? When we think about it like that. So structurally, we just created a double break. We have two breaks, right? The first break occurred right here. You see where it says boss 1? This was the first break that shifted trend. They could not create a lower low, so that ended up holding. And then they just created the second break right here, boss 2. How many bosses in a row does it take before this thing reverses? You guys remember that commercial when you were kids? How many licks of a Tootsie Roll Pop does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll? Something like that. All right, skinny leg beginning to retrace, but 5 minute is still here. They're kind of testing that 800 level. I prefer that they actually get above 800. We'll wait for like 1010. And then we maybe get bearish here, but let's see. We're still holding up. We're not trying to short this thing yet. We're not trying to short this thing yet. GEX is positive too, so gotta respect that. What's going on right now? Buyers have been playing their cards here. They have been holding up as long as they could. Looks like they might get stuck soon. Looks like they are exhausting here soon. We are at the VWAP. We are testing the VWAP. 770 is our RTH VWAP, guys. This is going to be what we consider balance. So we don't necessarily want to trade right at the VWAP. The main thing is you look for those rotations. So we get below the VWAP, back above the VWAP. Now the true test is, do they hold the VWAP, right? Do they hold? Do they stay above it? Look at the seller that just came in. I kind of like that, but they're still basing above VWAP, right? So hey, VWAP's acting as support. Seller just came in. Pay attention here. Got the dot. They haven't flipped it. The flip is right here. There's the buyers flipping, taking back control of trend. So seller got absorbed there. The seller got absorbed. When you see a large sell order at a meaningful low, and then we get a rotation, that means absorption, right? But look who just got stuck again. Now I go short. That guy got stuck. That buyer got stuck. I'm back in short, fellas. I'm back in short. We're up 20-something points. There's our... I'm going to take my 15 points again. We're done. Got it. Got it. That was nice. Very nice. We are there, guys. We are there. Quick and easy, baby. Quick and easy. Quick and easy. Quick scalp. Look at that. As soon as that dot came in, I was like, oh, trap buyers, baby. Trap buyers. We thought it was a trap seller, but trap buyers. In this case, it only took 2 breaks in order for this thing to fake out and break out to the downside. Easy, easy, easy peasy. Big dump there, guys. Big dump there. This thing should probably expand now under 707s. Now you look at the 5-minute candle. Take a look at that 5-minute candle. It's looking kind of wild now, right? Look at that nice stuff. They stuffed the buyers. Buyers are trying to buy the breakout, and the seller's like, ha, 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 ha. Just kidding. Now we take out the opening range low. It's game over. It's game over. It's game over. I'm up 65, 70 points right now. It's only 10 o'clock. I mean, let's go. I mean, I think we're rolling here right now, right? We're cooking. Market's finally doing what it needs to do. It's behaving. Let's watch this open print. If they try to reclaim it again, I don't know. Well, as soon as they fail, I'll be back in. I don't know if I really like this, though. Look at what they're doing here on the big Renko. Look at that structure. You got to get this low out of the way here. We're still kind of hanging out at 700s. So this is why this trend has not been clean, because look at these deep inner pullbacks. I mean, these pullbacks have been pretty big, right? Even though we're still within the rotation, this is still a singular downward rotation until we get to this green line. I feel like they're going to actually do a double top, guys, to be honest. They reclaim that 707. If they can't get back below, they may take this one out and then take it out one more time to the high, and then we go. So it's not predicting, it's just understanding basic market structure mechanics 101. Simple. Flows are negative, so 400. We got negative 400, but it's not significantly negative. That's important information. And we're sitting right above zero gamma. So that means that we are going to see prices get moves suppressed. So downward moves get suppressed, upward moves get suppressed. So actually, technically speaking, we are negative, but we're not that negative, right? And our zero gamma level is right here at 698. This can migrate up or down. So in the moment, in this snapshot at 1010, we're sitting right above zero gamma, and we're seeing that prices are kind of contained within this range, which is currently 707 and 800s. This is where they should release right here. This is where they should release right here. There we go. We're back under. I'll try right now one more time, and then we'll target the bids down below. At least maybe I'll target this wick right here. Where's that 930? See, they're reclaiming that 930 open again. I'm tagged out on that one. That one. It's okay. Try one more time. Let's try one more time. I'll put my stop right here. Hopefully they don't trap me here one more time. We're up 75, 65 points. I just gave back 10 points. Looks like I'm going to give back another 10 points. So we're down 50 points now. Is that right? Yeah. All good. They are holding that I just went against what I said, right? I said that this was going to be suppressive, so moves down will get absorbed, and that's exactly what just happened. I was just maybe thinking that it might be time, right? It might be time. But not yet. Not yet. Let's not get caught here. Now, if they take this out, that would be nice. So we trap here. Let's see if they get a flip here. We're back under 750s. Okay, I'm back in again, one more time. Stops above 750. Let's do this right there. Now let's see if we can stay heavy under 750s. Or are they going to try to give us another break here? Ooh, let's see. Careful. Our flows are still negative. Watch the book map. They're trying. They are trying to flip it up again. Oh boy. I got tagged on that one there. What is going on with my machine? Seems like a little laggy here on my executions or my triggers. So I got stopped out on that one. Still positive 25 points. I just gave back a few, but it's okay. Let's see here. 10-15. There it is one more time. I'm going to try one more time. I might regret it, but I think that's it. Let's see. Let's see. Might regret it. Let's see. They haven't broken down yet. That's the problem. They're still holding up. Come on, guys. One more. One more. One more dump. I know you want to do it. I know you want to do it. Watch the book map here. Watch the book map here. They're still pumping. Holy moly's. No, no, no. Stuff into level here. Waiting. 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 Still holding this thing up. Come on. Speed it up. Let's go. Let's get that breakdown. Come on. A little bit more. Get underneath that open print so we can all go home. Once we get under 707, it's sayonara. There we go. Get underneath the open print, guys. Stay under. There's 200 ticks right there. Looking for opening range low. These boys are just being so mean. These guys just need to just let it go. Here we go. Come on, take out that opening. Take out that 10 o'clock open. Stay heavy under 10 o'clock. Stay heavy under 10 o'clock open. 707. Watch, guys. We're up right now, 150 ticks. We need this thing to stay heavy under the 10 o'clock open. Jeez Louise. OMG. Come on. Get back under and I can add more. There's 25s. Look at the book map. Go. Come on. Fail. Right here. Give it to me right here. This dot. Come on. A little bit more. You can do it. Pull the rug. There it is. There's the dot. I didn't add, but we're up 200 ticks. 50 points. I need to see if this thing can just throw up now. Let me see my 1 hour candle. We're up 200 ticks. Oh, I was. Come on, stay heavy under 707. There we are. There's 50 points. Oh, come on. There's the book map. You can see these guys trying here. 715. Probably gonna try to squeeze 715s here. Let's see what we're in. Whatever happens, happens. Gonna peel off one contract just in case. I want to give it all back. Market is playing games here at this open print. Now we are negative GAX, so we should see this thing just like squeeze through. But you know how the Nasdaq is. They want to make sure everyone gets stopped out first before the real move. Oh, look at them reclaiming again. They get back under. I add some more. Get back under, guys. Get back under, guys. Better not be a reclaim of 10 o'clock and they shoot it up higher. I would be super annoyed. Come on, peoples. You can do it. You can do it. Fail, 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 fail. This is that crossover here. Come on. 3, 2. They're going to extend here. The upside. I can see it. They're going to try to pop. They're going to try to pop that 750 level one more time. Let's see. Watch this pivot. They are rejecting. Battle here. That I'm telling you, that 10 o'clock open print. There we go. I think we're back in control. Can they hit that? There it is. Can we stay heavy underneath this time around? Reclaiming it again. Oh my goodness. Again. Tough level, guys. This is a tough level here. You're trying to stop everybody out first. But you must use proper risk management, stop loss placement. Okay, trail tagged out, but hey, we did catch a nice little piece of that, right? About 50 points on the first part of the contract, and then tagged out on the others. But they are defending that open print. So what time is it? Let's think about this. It's 10:18. Let's take a look at that 15-minute candle. Minute candle right there. Sorry, 15-minute candle. They're not doing much here. I still think I think it's done. I just think they're just really chopping here before they release. But so far, I mean, okay, hold on. I'm getting ready. We're back on their 25 again. I'll try one more time. It went small size here, so I'll wait for confirmation. If we get confirmation back under that open print, then I hit it again. Hitting it again. Let's see. And these guys just stay heavy under. Let's see. Boom, let's go. 25 is stops. Guys, bro. These guys, bro. Watch 25. This is why Bookmap is so helpful. Because you can literally see, at least how I have it configured with my levels and stuff like that. Most people don't have that. I know they don't have that. It doesn't exist. I had to make it myself. But when you have the frame, the levels, it just makes it make so much more sense. It's like, oh yeah, look, they're just bouncing off these levels, absorbing these levels. Come on, guys, close underneath 707. Stop playing around here. Someone just pull the freaking bid and just slam it. You know what? We don't want to be stubborn either, because if they can't break down, that's probably a sign that they're going to want to take it up, right? Watching 25 again. They are holding this freaking Gex 9 level. Buyers are holding this like their life depends on it. There's 13 points. Come on, guys. Stop being mean. Let's do this already. Just let it die. OMG. Let it go. Let it go. Come on. We need 707 to let go. Come on now. They're not letting it go. Oof. Stop City. Stops at 35s. Stops will be at 35s. Maybe I'll just keep it at 750s. Maybe I'll cut it because it's not doing what I needed to do in a timely manner. I'm going to cut it. It's not doing what I needed to do in a timely manner. So I'm out. I am not going to sit there while this thing wants to continue to absorb sellers. And so if they try all these times and they just can't get it done, then just let them take it to the other side. Let them take it to the other side. Blue lug level on ES. Is it? You are right. That could be what it is. That could be what it is. It wouldn't give it to us. But it's all good. Hey, this is important information. Market feedback is real time. They held it, they held it, they held it. They wouldn't let it go. All good. I'm glad I cut that trade and I wasn't stupid. I wasn't stubborn. I wasn't one of those folks who get fixated on my position. Sometimes when you're in a position, you're so invested in it, you're like, I'm just gonna give it some room. No, just cut the trade, take the loss. That's, see, the only time you have a problem with that is if you have a low risk reward, like, because then it's hard for you to make that back. But if you know like your wins are going to be way bigger than your losses, then take the cut. Take a 10-point cut. Who cares? Rather take a 10-point cut than sit there and try to like get squeezed, right? So now we watch, they are trying to reclaim 75s. We got 2 minutes left here. These guys did a good job there at 700s. I mean, that 10 o'clock open was just relentless. Relentless. Yes, I see the ES. I got it right here, bud. I see what you're saying. I see you, buddy. 1,000 contracts on the bid, though. Watch out here. 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 Here. Watch out here. Are these guys done? Are these guys done? One more time. One more time. One more time. I'm back in short, guys. One more time. Reclaiming 750. That's the major level. That's our major quarter. He's definitely not looking to get filled. He was just using this to hold price. Prop it. They were propping. Come on, baby. In order to go down, we got to go up. We got to create some space. Remember the space, the concept of space. Skinny legs, baby. Skinny legs, baby. Let's go. Let's get through 707. 707. Boom. Look at that. With volume. With volume. Can we get more? Can we get more? Stops are at break even. Stops are actually moving to our next bullish rotation leg. They better not reclaim this. They should stay heavy here. Come on now, get through. I need some strong closure. We got 30 seconds, and then we need some displacement right now. 30 seconds to stay under 707, and then we should be good to go. That's why you got to look at time-based candles, because the timing of things are important. Oh, we don't like that. Now this buyer needs to get stuffed. Get back under the open print. We'll look at the book map. We got a cluster 695. Are the sellers going to still be here and push this down? Boom, 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 boom. That bid's still there, bro. That bid is still there. That 1,000 contracts. I'm taking one contract off because these guys are just like being straight shitheads. We know what you're gonna do. Just do it already. Fine. My trail got tagged. That's okay. They're back above the open print again. It's fine. They should have locked in. They didn't lock in. Look at the 1 minute chart. This is why I'm like totally okay and over it. Because look at the bodies. They did not close. You see, they had the opportunity to right here. They didn't do it. And then they're now taking it back up again. This is right here. Everyone's getting chopped in this cage right here. You know, I got chopped right here thinking we're getting it, and then boom, psych, and then I just re-entered right here, which is fine on the failure of 750s. So watch 750s again if they're going to be able to get back above, or if they fail. They could fail right here, and then we actually do get the move. So I'll be watching here right now to see if that buyer fails. So I'm back in again short. Let's see if we can actually crack that level one more time. 707s. Tight stops. Just in case. ES is pushing now. Here we go. That buyer is about to get trapped now. Let's see. This will be the first time a buyer fails at this level. I don't think he's getting absorbed, buddy. The absorption's done. There's another 20 points. I'm going to take already half of that off. Now let's see if we get that final dump to opening range low and beyond. These guys have spent a lot of time here. Stops are at break even. They better not freaking rip it all the way back up. Bruh. I'm going to let this 1 minute candle close. Oh, Jesus. It already took me out on my trail. It already took me out on my trail. Back in again. Am I back in? What time is it? 27? Oh, what happened here? Oh my goodness. I was trying to get back in and my thing just freaking froze on me. What just happened? What just happened? Okay, good. We're good. Watching one last time. Should we try one last time here? I don't know. Look at the book map. The book map is telling me no. Book map is telling me no. Let's see. Oh, you know what? 10:30s in 3 minutes. $25. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Jay. Pressure's down and it's not moving. It's like a wall, right? What Gex was that? We got some Gex levels there too. Okay, good thing I didn't try again. Let's see. They are holding up, holding support here. I guess they're going to need to clear all this out, man. I think at this point they built enough volume here. We're going to need this thing to just like, going to need to move one way or the other. But I'm just going to keep shorting on spikes, man, to be honest. Short the pops. Short these pops. X is negative. There we go. We're going to try it one more time. I'm going to try one last chance here before 10:30. Let's see if I'm going to regret it here. I'm in short again. Choppiness is crazy. I know. I'm being a little irresponsible here. Shorting this level. It's okay though. It's okay. Okay. 10:30. I think we're going to get that acceleration at 10:30 here. There's the first closure back under. They better not reclaim 707s on the 1 minute here. I'll be so annoyed if they do. Come on. Oh my goodness. Let's go. They got the bid. They got the bid. Slam that bid. Big seller just slammed the bid. Let's see if we get that move now. Are they going to get absorbed? Tough one. It's a tough one. I'm going to probably have to cut this here for a small little cut if we get back above 25s. 30 seconds left. I'm out. I am out there, guys. I'm out. I cut that. I cut that one. I will say that this area here, we need to probably let it do its thing and clear out. Let's not fight it anymore. Let's not fight it anymore. These buyers are here defending. They're showing up. They're showing up. I know it's just so tempting just to get it because I can see the buyers are here, but they're not really giving me that confidence. You got to cut quick, brother. Well, you're trading, if you're trading the what you call it, the NQ, at least my approach, like I'm a scalper, right? I'm going in 15, 25 points. If I get a runner, I get a runner. Cool. I got to be quick, right? Because I'm taking scalps. Watch this open print. These boys need to, are they going to hold this open print? Are we going to expand up? Are we going to trap? Got another skinny leg there. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I kind of like that skinny leg. Let's see if we get through. We're back under the 10 o'clock open. If these guys continue to push above this open, I am done for the session. I'll be annoyed. I'm tired of fighting it. I am tired of fighting it. I will keep my, two-way auction here. Hold on. Oh boy. Let's wait. We got the two-way going here at the 732 level. Let's see if we can clear out this high here. That high would be at 800s, prior 30-minute high. Let's see which way they want to go. You know, when it comes to cutting quick, it's more about where the idea or the trade is no longer valid. I mean, that's how I look at it. Like, I know for me, like, if I was a buyer right here, like, I would not want price to get down to here. So if that's the case, I'm out already. Like, I already know, right? There's an offer right here. Ooh. It could not close 50s. Let's see. They're back under. Okay, I'm triggered in. I don't want to see price back above 750s. See what happens here. I'm in short. And I just trail my little bullish rotation thing. The buyers are going to come back in and try to support here at 700s. Let's see. Or are they going to get smashed for IB low? Look, it's not the prettiest trading. I'll be honest. Like, I don't trade like where it's pretty. Like some folks, they got like beautiful trading. My trading is ugly. Looks like a Christmas tree when I'm done. But what matters is, are you green or are you red? The trade ugly gang over here. There's 20 points. Let's see if we can take out this freaking low. Stops at break even. And guess what? I'm moving my target beyond the low. Because we spent so much time in this base, I expect a 2 times deviation of this range that we created. So I will take the first target here at the IB low. We call it 40 points. We're trailing. taking the freaking target off right there. We didn't get to the IB low yet, just in case it wants to be mean and snap all the way back. And then we try to hold the runner here. Yeah, my trading is so ugly, dude. Like, when I look at my own execution charts when I'm done, I'm like, dude, who did this? A 3-year-old? Like a 3-year-old? Like, look how ugly it is. Look at this. Look how ugly this is. Like, anyone that looks at this is like, this guy, he is bipolar. He's bipolar. Look, Christmas tree. The Christmas tree. Well, we got 50 points on this one, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I'm targeting 410. 28,410. Why am I targeting that one? Is that our expected low of the week? Yeah, we're not going to get there today. Maybe. We're back. Oh, bro. We're already 1.7% negative on the session. I think we're going to go to 2% on the session, bro. I think we're going to go to 2% on the session. We're up 65 points on this trade here. Come on, guys. Stay heavy. Stay heavy under 75s. Stay heavy under 75. They just ran to IB low. We're getting a reaction, but let's see if they immediately dump. Come on. This dot needs to fail. Look at all the selling that happened here. We green, baby. Look at the selling that needs to happen there. It's okay. It's okay. We can always get back in. Because who's trapped now, guys? All those buyers. Look, this is important. This is important. Let them build a base. Let them build the volume here, the value here, right? Volume profile, right? You think volume profile, this is going to be the value area. What does value area represent? It means equilibrium. Buyers and sellers agree that this is fair value. That is temporary. Price will spend a lot of time here, but eventually it's going to leave, right? It's going to leave. But the way it leaves is important too, because it can leave and immediately come back and reclaim, go to the other side. It can reject, right? So in that box, if you can identify these consolidations, it's like, yeah, we can, technically what you should be doing is selling the high, which is what you kind of saw me doing here, like, except those few times where I was shorting the breakdown thinking we're going to get continuation. But every time we got to 750, you would see me, let's go back to the Renko chart. Every time we got to 750, where was it? Right here. So started all here. So 750 was a level. I got short there. Then price came back in and thinking get the lower high, 725. So we used that as a lower high pivot, shorted that. Then same thing again. And then same thing again, stopped out all that one. And then same thing just now. And then boom, finally. But look at how it worked, right? The key here was the time. So during the 10 o'clock hour or 10 o'clock 30 minute, it was like straight balance, right? And if you look at a 30-minute candle, let's pull up a 30-minute candle, guys. Pull up a 30-minute candle. Like, this is not magic. This is not voodoo, guys. Look, a 30-minute candle. Let me get rid of these levels here. That 30-minute candle is this right here. What is that candle right there? It's a doji. What's a doji represent? Indecision, balance, right? That's what, so this ugly candle, this doji is what created that ugly price action on smaller time frame. So when we know this, and the problem is you don't know it's a doji till it closes. You don't know, right? Because it could be a doji for like the first, 80, 90% of the time, and then the last 10% it can just whoop, expand. So we don't know that, right? But we can obviously see the levels where price is rejecting and respecting. And then at the end of the day, we can look back and be like, oh, okay, that's what happened. That's why it was so difficult, because it was during that auction, we were just in a doji, and this is doji behavior. So when you're in a doji, how do you trade a doji? You just buy low, sell high. In this case, we just buy the bottom Bollinger Band, right? Sell the top Bollinger Band, combine that with a key level that makes sense. Now we're expanding, or no, they're actually not. They're already absorbing. Then they opened up, they balanced here for a little bit, but we're already at the top of that range, and then we just got that little the seller here. And look how the timeline, how it happened. There was an offer that was put for 100 contracts. You can't see it because it's already faded, because it's already been pulled. And then we get 91 contracts that executed on the bid. We have our open print at 10:30, which is the most important thing for timing, right? And then we have two-way auction. This is what you want to see. You want to see the sellers try once, twice, right? You want to see the rotation around the auction, the open print, and then, holy cannoli, look at that big recovery. We get that dot, that confirmation. Boom. But then look at these guys. Bro, these guys are just straight They're mean. So you know what? We're not going to get that big ass extension today. We've already exceeded this. And you might be asking yourself, we're in such a strong downtrend. How come it's so hard for us to go lower? And this is exactly what I was saying when we first started. Like, we've already exceeded our expected move for the session. All right, we've already exceeded it. So obviously, if that's the case, it does kind of change the likelihood that we're going to see a simple, clean, one-way directional move. So, and look at this, man. The ES. Woof, you were right about that, Jay. They did absorb. The price action is obviously a little different. Because on the ES, I mean, there's really not much moves. I mean, the distance here, what's this? It's like 30 ticks. Yeah, so like on the Nasdaq, obviously it's like 300 ticks, right? So that's why I trade the Nasdaq, because I can make a lot of money in these moves. Where you can make a lot of money too on the ES too. I mean, obviously it's all relative. But that was very interesting. That blue lug level. I feel like lug levels are freaking double more effective on the ES than anything else. I could be wrong, but they might fail here again, guys. Look. Trap buyers here. We got buyers here at 750. I'm gonna watch to see, because I could probably short the level again. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. We'll give it 30 seconds because we got a 5-minute candle closing here in 30 seconds. So let's see how they handle this. I'm always paying attention to the candles, 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour. I don't want to get caught with my pants down. You know what I mean? Which happened a couple, obviously you can see that, but that's why I have to use tight stops. Look at the 750 level, it's playing again. Ooh, they're trying to hold it up. I'm really interested. If we fail here, look at this line here. We'll see. It could rip. I mean, they just created a nice little rotation low, so they could extend higher here. So we'll see, but I don't know, on 750 level, in my level. They have not technically closed 775, so that's what you got to look at, right? 775, 800s. That zone has been rejected and dejected. So they could reclaim. And what do I mean when I say that? What I'm referring to. You look at the time-based chart here, and I recommend doing this on a 5-minute and a 1 minute, not just a 1 minute. So if we look here, 75s. Right, we can see that they closed above 75 and immediately rejected, which is exactly what's happening right now. I'm gonna try again, short, and then so I'm short right now, folks. Let's see if we can get back underneath the 10. What time is this? 10:30 open print, or if they're gonna hold it. We're up another 10 points, 15 points, stops or break even, because I just don't like this market right now, fellas. Maybe I'll just keep my stop right there at the 75 level, or 750 level. As long as it works. Everything is theory. That's the thing, guys. Everything's 50-50. I don't care how smart you are. It's 50-50. I don't care how good your trading looks on social media. I'm taking a contract off there for 25 points, going break even on the rest, just because I don't want to be bothered with this madness. I do agree that if this big pump fails, this is going to probably take out in the IB low. So I'm in short again for another 50 points. Anyways, what I was trying to explain was the fact that 75 was a level they could never accept. And therefore, that's why I'm up again right now, 50 points. See that? All right. Alrighty. Can we accept below 700s now? Because this level is that level when they can pop it right back up. I really need to see acceptance below 650. Flows are negative, but not significantly. But let's see. This could just be a pullback. Come on, fellas. Stay heavy under 700. Do not reclaim 700. Watch the book map. See the buyers when they see, that's what we want to see. You see the double top here. They try once, they try twice. It's like a little M pattern. We learned that like back in 2005. M's and W's, harmonic trading. Oh boy, 80 points. Did we just catch one, baby? Did we just catch it? Did we just catch the move? We got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle, 2 minutes left on the 15. I think there's time. Can we clear IB? High be low. We got a bid that just showed up. Watch out. Watch out. These boys. Stop playing. Come on. It's a fake bid. Yank the bid. Yank it. There it is. They filled it. Let's see if we can fill the next one. Come on. Slam it. Slam it. Keep it going. Yes. 650. Let's go. Close. We need the closure. Look at the 1 minute chart. Look at the 1 minute chart. We're closing under 750. Or 675. Sorry. We got a closure through 675. Now we need a closure through 650. We've got 30 seconds left. We're up 100 freaking points right now, guys. I guess I know how to trade. I guess I'm not as bad of a trader as I think I am or thought I was. Come on, baby. Let's go. We're in it to win it. Team Dynasty. Let's go. What day is it today? Thursday? Good, because I cannot do this again tomorrow. This is exhausting. This is exhausting. It was a battlefield. But you know what? Like, this is what it is. Like, you're literally in a battle with, like, a freaking bear, and you're gonna kind of wrangle this bear, and you know you're gonna oh, look at that shit. 1,000 contracts for sale. Oh, bruh, watch out. Oh man, look at this. This is some more liquidity education here, guys. Look, let's see. Oh, it's on the MNQ. They put 1,000 contracts on MNQ. That's crazy. I haven't seen that in a long time. That's how you know they're trying to like get this shit down. Let's see. Anyways, hey, hit the like button. I don't suck after all. I don't suck after all, guys. I actually have to stop making money. I'm making too much money on this account right now. You know, they got such a thing as something called the consistency rule. What a scam. What a scam. We got this shit. Let's go, baby. Look at that 1,300 contracts. Come on, they need to slam it. I don't think I should. I should probably close this. I got to turn off my trade copy because I want to keep the other ones on, but I can't keep making money on this account. I'm making too much money, man. Too much. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Let's go. They're gonna try to reclaim here. That's okay. I'm okay. They can take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for hitting my targets. I appreciate that. Thank you. We did it, guys. We far exceeded our goal of 100 points today. We far exceeded it. I am up. So I'm copy trading, okay? Yeah. What does that mean? It means that when you're trading a funded account, you have a 50% consistency with Apex. So if you want to get a payout, you can't have one day bigger than, you know, all your days or whatever. I forgot how it actually is, but whatever. But anyways, trading 2 micros, literally 2 micros. So I have different account sizes I'm trading. We made $600 trading 2 micros per account, right? And then my other account, we're up $2,000. So you'll see here, I'll just show you about $2,000, a little under $2,000 after commission. So $1,986. I made money last night though, so I don't want you to think I made all that just now because I didn't. I think just now we made like about $600 today, just trading the 100-point game plan with 2 micros, guys. 2 micros. So how much is that when you make $600 with 2 micros? That's like 600 ticks, right? Yeah, it's like 600 ticks divided by 4. It's 150 points. So we actually, check it out. Yesterday, the day before we made 100, well, every Monday, 100 points, we hit it. Tuesday, 100 points, we hit it. Wednesday, I lost 50 points. Today, 150 points. Oh shit, look at that. 286 contracts. So we're up, what are we up? 200 minus 50, 150 plus 1. We're up 300 points on the week, guys. 300 points profit on the week on these accounts. Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. And it's been like not necessarily the easiest market. Yesterday, actually, it's been pretty freaking easy. It's been fucking amazing. The only day was like yesterday was trash. It was trash yesterday. But we caught some nice moves. And guys, let me be transparent here. Like, I've blown a lot of accounts. I've blown a lot of evaluations, a lot of funded accounts. I still blow accounts. I want you to understand that too. Don't think like, oh yeah, like it's just perfect all the time just because you see me winning here, whatever. I blow accounts. I still blow accounts. I have no problem blowing accounts. I don't blow my personal account. It's totally different. But evals, prop firms, and stuff like that, you know, whatever. The main thing is getting a positive ROI if you are trading a prop firm, and just understanding how to trade smart in the market conditions that you're in. Like yesterday was not the best for the model, like what I was trying to do. I just kept fighting it. And it's not that I was fighting it, not that I was wrong. I was right. The problem was my targets were too big. I kept putting my targets out. And the ATR on the 1 minute was like 60 ticks, right? I'm over here trying to hit 25 points, which is like 100 ticks. So I had a lot of trades go like 40, 50, 60 ticks, and then boom, break even. And then just got churned like that, right? And typically after every 2 trades of winning, I'll lose a trade, right? So it's like I win 2, lose 1. So you do that back to back, you know, ends up being negative. I hit my max loss on the day yesterday on the accounts, you know, and whatever. So I set my own max loss at 50 points just because I want to always have my daily target bigger than my max loss, right? So my daily risk is basically my profit factor, right? So that means my average day should only be 50 point losses, and my win should be 100 points. So over time, it's like even if you suck, over time you should still be profitable, right? So, dude, what a great session. I mean, it was a little iffy there. I'm pretty sure I kind of looked. I don't really care how I looked, but that's the truth. This is, you know, at 10 o'clock, I'm over here fighting the breakdown, thinking we're gonna get it. And I caught good trades. You know, I caught very good trades, but obviously it wasn't time yet. And here is the key. It's all about the timing, right? All about the timing. So look at the recap here one last time. I mean, you can see they're really trying here, but I am not taking any more trades today, guys. I am pretty much done. Mission more than accomplished. So if we could just do a recap, would you guys like to just do one last recap before I wrap it up here? Feel free to ask any questions before I wrap it up here, but let's just kind of go through the story from 9:30, because it was a story, guys. So 9:30 happened right here, okay? They initially drive lower, okay? We get extreme. We see how we're inside the band. So basically going into 9:30, we kind of have like a two-way balance here, right above 700. That's our key level. And then we end up pushing lower, creating another little consolidation right here. Push lower, we get extreme. And then big trades is showing us aggression, right? So we had some aggression here. We want to see this at the bottom of key levels, or the bottom of our band. Got 100 contract bid, and then 79 executed. Then another 50 executed. And then another 61 executed. Okay, cool. That's just the first frame. Second frame is they break back in. Oh, okay. So meaning failure. This becomes a failure for price to stay under 675. So this now is what we consider a reclaim, right? A reclaim. So when we get that break back inside, we call it a bobby, breakout, break back in, right? That needs to be like a core part of what you look for, whether you're using a Renko chart, candlestick chart, breakout, break back in. Don't buy the breakout. Don't sell the breakdown. You want to take the breakout, break back in move, right? That's especially in these kind of markets. We can break back in. We had the VWAP. We get a VWAP rotation. So here we're under VWAP. We're respecting, and then we break back out, and then they break back under, right? So we get a breakout, break back under. You use the Renko reversal bar as the rotation starting point, okay? It doesn't mean you just buy it, but once we get the Renko bar up, reversal bar, you look for price to like print 3 or 4 bricks, and that's usually enough confirmation to get the extension, right? For me, I like to use our volatility band here. As soon as we cross over, that's usually enough. And so we extend. We get back above the band, we rotate back down, but then here is the major key, okay? Here's the major key. This is the 9:30 open is everything, right? Especially, well, pretty much every 30-minute open is everything. If you're trying to do what we do here, we get above it, right? We break out right here. This is that whole breakout right there. Okay, so at that moment in time, buyers are buying above. Cool, but they're vulnerable, right? As soon as we get that, right? When we get that dot, they're vulnerable because that means that price has moved too much, or now we're beginning a downward rotation. Remember, price moves in rotations. We get a high, a low, a high, a low, a high. This is all market does all day, every day. So we get the rotation start, and these boys fail to hold it. So they try to buy off of 930 open, right? And then they collapse. Okay, cool. That looks bad for buyers, but is it really? No, it's not. Because if you are a buyer, at least the way we do it, is we want that. Because what you want to see is this. You want price to get under a level and then reclaim. So the reclaim is right there, right? Right there. And then you get the VWAP reclaim as well. You get underneath the VWAP. So we have like a double reclaim, right? So price literally, it's like trying to put a balloon or a ball underwater, right? Think about it like that. You ever have like a beach ball and then you try to put the ball underwater, right? That's exactly what this is. They get underwater, they try, and then they can't do it. And that's why you get explosive moves like that. Okay, so that was like the 930, that's what happened. But then we get to some key levels here. You can see this is where we took, I think, the first trade. Actually, the first trade was right here, off 800, GEX 6. I saw that we got extreme, got large buy cluster, and then I was like, oh, maybe we're going to have an over-under here, like a little Bobby. So I got short, stopped out, break even. No problem, because there was no structural break yet, right? The one thing to keep in mind, that is a very important component for this whole thing to work. So the structure actually happened here that broke. So this high at 930, once we broke that pivot, and by the way, the indicator plots these pivots automatically. So like this dot right here was the breaking point. Then there was actually a green line here that said boss one. So that was telling us we were already bullish. So now we just needed to wait for the reclaim move to get long. I didn't take this because I was obviously focused on sell side. But then we started getting short here. We get above our 850 level. We're still extreme, another extension. And then we see the dot come in. Boom, I took the scalp. The reason why I only took the scalp is because there was no structural break yet. The structural break came here. We get the first lower low, and then they fail to create a higher high here. Buyers could have taken back control. They didn't do it. They failed. And we got a double failure, and then that was confirmed right here, plus volume. We got lots of sell volume here. Look at the bubble, 70 contracts, 63 contracts, just nonstop selling. Couldn't even reclaim the super trend or the moving average. 825 becomes the level. And then we start seeing price extend lower. So then I'm like, yes, let's go. We try to get in short initially on the pop and reclaim. I got tagged out, but then we caught the actual confirmed signal right there and then took that profit. No problem. We get back to 930 open, right, at 719s. And what do we see? We see some sell volume coming in. And then we get a meaningful reaction there. But for me, I'm just like, well, we're bearish. Here's our breakout level. This is that red line right here. That's our indicator that plots the boss engine. So we pull back to the breakout level. Okay, we got the breakout, come back. We get bullish. We're watching the over-under level right here. And then we got volume on top of that. Look, 50 contracts here. And then we get the dot. So the dot is the entry trigger, and then the over-under level, the Bobby's right there, right? The Bobby's right there. I mean, you can look at it like this. Like, here's the buyers, and then we get the dot under the buyers. So who's trapped? This guy's trapped, right? And then now this little right side pocket becomes like our entry. It looks like a head and shoulders pattern, right? Or it looks like a Christmas tree. I don't know. There it is. And we caught that very nice trade, quick, another 15, 25 points. We get extreme. I should have held that one, and I would have been done probably with that. Then 10 o'clock opens, and that's where all the fun began. The fun started at 10 o'clock. So then I'm like, cool, we're going to start auctioning lower, but let's see if we're going to go how they're going to do it, right? How are they going to do it? So here was the issue. We create this pivot right here. We have this high, this low, this lower high, higher low, and they broke the pivot. Technically, that is bullish. That is going to shift volatility and momentum for our framework into buy side. But I was being a little stubborn. I was like, well, I think we're going to sell off. So I got short again on 750 right there, and I ended up getting like stopped out break even, which makes sense because the most recent break was to the upside. They end up pulling back to the 10 o'clock open, and they did not break the low. They were unable to take out the low. That's important information. Once we had this dot right here, that's telling us that this becomes a higher low pivot. So the indicator actually does plot labels, higher high, higher low, lower low, lower high. Remember, there's only two type of structures you're going to have, a higher high or lower high, or a lower low or a lower high, or higher low. That's it. Maybe an equal high or equal low, right, relatively. So that's basically it. So in this case, they created a higher low. At this moment in time, it confirms. And then we start seeing buy volume coming in, 61 contracts right here. And then we start seeing them reclaim 750s. We get under, above, back under holes, and then we extend. We want those extensions, skinny legs. So we want to avoid trading in the boxes, right? These are the boxes. Don't trade inside the boxes. Let price leave the box. Okay, eventually what happens, we end up hitting a major level, major GEX 800s, major GEX level. We see them hit it once with volume. There's buyers here. We like to see buy volume at the highs. We get a dot, right? In this instance, we don't want to buy the first dot. We want to wait for the structural break, which occurs right there. There's the entry. You had seller come in, boom. We get the retest of 800s. Buyers take back control. All of a sudden, trapped. Boom, caught that short. That's a perfect execution. Plus, we had the VWAP. And then if we just do the whole thing again, look, this is a box, right? This is the box. Don't be inside the box. Here's the top. Boom, we're out. And then, you know what? It could have bounced right back in. But the fact that 750, we under the level, took out the low, all good. Take it, right? Boom, another quick scalp there. Then we get extreme again at 700s. X9, we see large sell volume. Cool. What happens? We don't know. We don't know if it's going to keep going or if they're going to absorb. In this case, they absorb, bounce right back in. So now we have a reclaim of that 10 o'clock open print. There's the 10 o'clock open, this beige line. We get under, immediately get back above, right? Beach ball effect. Price then hits our key level again, 750. I'm like, all right, I missed this one. I would have hit it right here. Now, why would I have hit that? Because we're still structurally bearish. We had not breaking back up. The most recent break of structure was to the downside. Here was the low, pivot low, high, low, lower high, break. So that pivot becomes our basic focus, meaning we've broken to the downside. So this move up did not break anything yet. So we're technically it's still a valid short. I just got in pretty late. I ended up getting in thinking that we get under the open and then we get the squeeze. I didn't get it. I tried twice. I got stopped out twice. Actually, a third time. Was it 3 times? Tried once, twice, 3 times here, 4 times. I got stopped out 4 times back to back. But look at the size of my stops. This is a 4-point stop, right? This was a 12-point stop. This was a 16-point stop. No, 11-point stop. So altogether, less than like 30 points or something like that. Small, right? And then what ends up happening is I had to be patient here. I had the right idea. It's just the wrong timing, right? Because I was short on the reclaim of the level. So I was watching this right here, okay? Above, back under, and then they absorbed, they held the level, and then we shot back up. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. That's why my stop is so tight, because they shouldn't get back above this area here, 750, but they did. And then they did it twice. So in this case, there's the level again, 750. There's the dot. Boom, there's my entry. This time I put my stop above the structure. And then we caught huge move, right? From 764s to 699. That's a pretty decent move, about 64 points, give or take. Is that right? I'm bad at math, like 64 points. So guess what? Did I make my money back? Yes. I took all those cuts there and just boom, made it back right there, no problem, right? And then my runner did get tagged out, break even. And then we tried again. We got short here again, got tagged out. Another small little loss there, about 12 points. And they kept balancing here, holding the open print. Okay, fine. But then now I had to step out a little bit and say, what's the level? What's the actual level? It's 750. So all they were doing here is using this as a consolidation area, right? They were just balancing here. So every time we came back in here, they were accumulating, right? They were boom, accumulation, shoot up. Boom, accumulating, shoot up. But every time they shot up, it would come right back into the base, right? It's like a magnet. Remember, ranges act like magnets. And so what ends up happening, we get to 750, and we get the same pattern again, right? Here's the volume. Here's the head, the peak. There's the dot. Boom. There's the entry. Boom. Right? And then we catch very nice move here. Another pretty decent win. And then I'm like, okay, this has to be it. We're ready to rock and roll. Buyers just keep getting hammered here. Why are they continuously trying to hold this low? Then we get this 725. I take another scalp position. This time I'm smarter and actually take the profit contract and go break even, just because they've been, jamming up the sellers here. And then I was like, all right. So I took my partial there, and then tagged out a break even with plus 1 or 2 points, or 2 points here for commissions. And then we had another failure. I was like, all right, let's try one more time, guys. Let's try it again. This is where I was getting real fixated on the idea. And this is where you gotta watch out, because you can get fixated and get cut. And it's just not good. But I mean, I guess it worked out, because I ended up being right. And when I was right big. So here we go. I got cut on this one here. So this was how big of a loss? 10 points. 10-point loss on this one. 11-point loss. Okay, and then 10:30 opens up, and I'm like, all right, let's try it one more time. Boom! Oh, tagged. Bro, look how this looks terrible. It's like, you don't know what you're doing, right? You don't know what you're doing, and then all of a sudden you're a genius, because look at what happens. It's like, oh shit, boom, baby. I got it. But this is what it is to be a scalper, guys. Scalper. Okay, boom, caught it. And then they fake everyone out again, right? They get real extreme. When we get too extreme, watch out. Unless it's one of those markets where it's just constant, steady selling, you know, or buying, you got to watch out. We get super extreme, it's going to rotate. So I catch that really nice trade, and then we spike all the way back up. What do we got here? Volume. But the most important thing is what? The level, right? The level, right? 750. We knew that was the level. So I didn't, and this time I did it, I was patient, right? We hit the level once, we had a dot, I didn't get in right away. That begins to form the pattern that we look at, this pattern here. Boom. So what ends up happening is we get above the level again. So it's on my little, here's above the level 1. And we don't know if they're gonna do it once, twice, 3 times, we really don't know. All this is above the level. And then we get our little dot, bam. And then we caught the banger there, guys, the banger. And that was the session for me. So I don't know if that helps or if that just adds more confusion, but I think in these type of markets, it's more forgiving, right? What I mean by more forgiving is you can actually take a 10-point cut, no problem. Take another 10-point cut, no problem. Take another 10-point cut, no problem. Because once you catch the move, you're going to get that freaking move, right? Because we're getting big moves, big extension. And, you know, if we look at the IV for today, it did tell us that, hey, we're probably going to get some big moves. The fact that we're negative gamma, we're probably going to get some acceleration, and that's great. I'm looking at the ATR on the 1 minute. It's like 100 ticks, 120 ticks a minute. After 9:30, after 10 o'clock, it stayed consistent the whole freaking 30, 60, 90 minutes of the session. You put all that together, hey, as long as you're not oversized, you can afford to take the cuts, right? Just look at it like that. It's a numbers game, right? we used to have a saying in the old business I was part of, like, some trades will work, some trades won't work. So what? Which trade is next? As long as you're managing your risk appropriately, you can afford to take the paper cuts. And here's the thing, even though I was taking cuts, I never went red on the day. And I'm talking about the accounts that I didn't trade overnight. I'm talking the ones I just traded strictly here for today. I never went red today. So I was able to control my risk, maintain that buffer. And I had a buffer, so I was able to use that buffer, so I never really went negative. And that's what's also allowed me to be a little bit more aggressive today. I'm not trading with the actual principal or the equity in the account, the starting balance of the account. I'm trading the buffer. I can lose the buffer and still be good, right? That's fine. And I think that's an important distinction of how you trade, because if you're trading with fear, then you're not going to be re-entering and you're going to miss it, right? And that's the thing. You can't be afraid to cut a trade and just get back in. Like, you just can't. And yeah, you want to be precise and perfect like a sniper, but the reality is, I don't care. Like, the market's going to make a mess of you and your account and your trading if it, you know, eventually. So you have to be able to just get dirty, and that's it. Today was a dirty day. It was dirty, but we made some dirty money. I think we're good. Now the market's easy, bro. Look how easy this is now, right? After we got out, okay, now it just wants to behave and just trend. Look at no effort here at 11 o'clock. Buyers have given up. The buyers are nowhere to be found now. They just gave up 11 o'clock. It's like, all right, well, let the sellers go. And that's it, gang. That's it, gang. So for the folks who are part of the group, you know, I recommend going through the videos and the dashboard. Let's pull that up real quick, because there's a lot of stuff being added and it's pretty dope. Here you guys go. You can see it here. Alrighty. There's the home page. You got the new downloads, the new updates here. Boss Engine. That's specifically for Renko, so don't really put that on any other chart. Big trades, that's brand new. We just dropped that. Pretty dope. I don't change my main bricks, at least while price is in this regime that we're in. Is 8 bar. I use an 8 bar Renko. I do have a 32 bar that I look at on the left, and that's it. I don't want to go bigger than the 8 because the stops are too much. I don't need. I find that I don't really need it as long as I'm using the bigger Renko as a reference point to understand timing, or just market structure. Actually, that's a great question. Let me just show you why. It's super important. Let's just do this real quick. Okay. So if you look at what happened here, like the actual confirmation was right here at 6 a.m. for the short. We were in that downward rotation, price pulls back, and then this pullback ends right there. And then looking at the 32 bar, you could see how clean GEX6 just held. I mean, that was pretty much it. If I just actually watched this chart today with the timing of my 8 bar chart, I think I would have been able to. Actually, that's not true because it did still look very heavy here at this level. So I think I would have done the same exact thing. But then the key here, they did get bullish here for a moment, but then this would be the confirm entry under the 4-hour open, 10 o'clock. So this is technically the 4-hour Renko structure for me, right? So that dot would have been the confirmation that this 4-hour candle is ready to go. Ready to go. And look, since that candle, no pullback really. I mean, it's just been dead, right? So yeah, very good question there. But Renko brick sizes, I mean, they're very important, but they're not as important. I see people like literally making videos about the secret to finding your Renko brick size. Honestly, that's nonsense. That's just to get you to click. I use a Unirenko brick. You don't want to go too small because then you're just going to get caught up on. You're going to end up over trading. You'll just be over trading. That's what's going to happen unless that's what you want to do. Like I see some folks trading like a 2 brick Renko chart. I'm like, what the? I used to do that years ago when the market wasn't as crazy and volatile. But the market's more than enough. An 8 bar Renko, 820/40 is more than enough. That's like I found to be a sweet spot so far since I'd say from the beginning of the year. Higher time frame opens, very important indicator. If you guys don't have that one, you want to put that on your charts. That's like the key thing. And then the hotkeys built specifically for the Renko, that's important. I honestly, I'm guilty of not using it enough. If I just used it enough, I probably would avoid a lot of like dumb entries. And then it's built in to get you in exactly at the right moments. There's three type of entry criteria you could use. You could use the volatility band rotation dot. You can use what we call buy MC, sell MC. So it's a MACD that's tied into this. So we use MACD in a specific way to confirm the movement, the momentum. And then you can just use a traditional buy reversal bar, sell reversal bar. So when we get a reversal bar on a Renko, that's where we go from green to red, or in this case, gray to red, or from red to green, right? It'd be the first reversal bar. You can do that. Then it has the built-in trails. The trail is trailing either the band or the next rotation flip. So this predicts, if forward looks, where the next rotation has to go, or where price has to go for the next rotation to begin. So really good for trade management. For Jay, I think you said something about cutting trades quick and all that. Well, this is kind of how we're able to do so, because everything's already kind of like formatted, so there's no guessing or thinking, right? All right, team, I think that's pretty much it for today. We got the job done, guys. We got the job done. Also, Trade Journal built into this. We're actually expanding this. I know I haven't really spent too much time with the group talking about the journal, but the journal's going to be pretty epic because it's going to be tied into AI and basically look at your session, and then you can choose to get feedback real time. Yeah, man, so pretty fired up. All right, any questions for you guys before I wrap it up? Thanks for tuning in. It's been a great session. Not the cleanest session for me. Took some dumb trades, but I think overall I made up for it. We're back on track. We're back in business. Made back the loss from 50 points yesterday and then some. So we're right on schedule. 100 points a day, guys. 100 points a day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. This is nice. Look at this thing. It is going and going and going. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. It's 11 o'clock. Go get some coffee. Go hit the gym. Go walk the dog. And we'll be back tomorrow, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Want to check us out? Go to our website, dynastytradingsystems.com, and join the Dynasty.